You know, with all the confusing health fads and conflicting advice out there, what if the real path to being well was actually surprisingly simple? Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful collection of ideas from some of the leading minds in medicine and nutrition. And these ideas, they're not based on trends, they're based on timeless wisdom.
Our journey actually starts more than 2,000 years ago with this single, kind of radical idea from Hippocrates. What he's saying is that the power to heal isn't really found in a pharmacy, it's found on our plates. It's this foundational principle that we seem to have forgotten, and honestly, it's more relevant today than ever before.
So, where does this journey to real health actually begin? Well, it's not with counting calories or trying to memorize complex biochemistry. Nope. It starts with something much more fundamental, a simple shift in how we think.
And this is the core idea. Just imagine, for a second, if we treated our bodies not like machines that we just need to fuel up, but as sacred spaces, something to be honored. With just that one shift in perspective, our daily choices about what we eat, how we rest, how we move, they would all naturally start to line up with our long-term well-being.
It's a truth we all kinda know, right? But it's so easy to take for granted. The writer John Robbins put it perfectly. If you really want to understand how valuable health is, just go ask someone who's lost it. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate currency.
Okay, but if the core idea is that simple, just respect your body, why is being healthy so incredibly hard for so many of us? Well, to get that, we need to zoom out and take a hard look at the disease system that we're all trying to navigate.
The reality is, what we call our healthcare system, it's often mislabeled. I mean, as these quotes from Walter Cronkite and Dr. Andrew Weil point out, it's a system that's really good at managing sickness with pills and procedures. It's not actually designed to build genuine wellness. It's fundamentally reactive, not proactive.
And here's the thing. Here's why that is. The money just isn't in the right place. As these experts make crystal clear, there's just no massive profit in preventing disease or in teaching lifestyle medicine. The whole economic engine is built to manage chronic conditions, not get rid of them. So we become brilliant at keeping people from dying, but we're failing at helping them truly live with vitality.
But the problem goes way beyond the doctor's office. Our daily environment, what we can call the modern food trap, presents its own massive set of challenges. It's a landscape that has been fundamentally redesigned to just encourage us to consume.
This quote from Harold Goldstein just captures our modern reality perfectly. He frames the whole obesity crisis as a vast national experiment. And then he says, well, the results are in. It worked. And this isn't some big conspiracy. It's just the natural result of countless commercial decisions that have built an environment that basically engineers poor health.
And this so-called experiment, it's made up of so many different parts. It's not just one thing. It's the fact that there's fast food everywhere, the portion sizes are huge, the marketing is relentless, and it's become totally normal to eat junk food anywhere, anytime. All this stuff combines to make unhealthy choices the easy, default option. This is a brilliant analogy from the Duke Diet Center, and it just illustrates the daily struggle perfectly. Trying to eat healthy today is like being a recovering alcoholic in a town that has a bar on every single block. Even if you have the best intentions, you are facing constant temptation and pressure from your environment. It takes a massive amount of willpower just to navigate a normal day.
Now, on top of all that outside pressure, there's this powerful psychological barrier that Dr. Doug Lisle calls the pleasure trap. It's this mistaken belief that eating healthy means a life of bland, boring food and deprivation. And that fear keeps us hooked on these super tasty processed foods, which prevents our taste buds from ever resetting to enjoy the subtle, complex flavors of real, whole food.
So, with a medical system focused on sickness and a food environment designed to make us overeat, how do we possibly escape this trap? I mean, is there a simple way forward?
Well, thankfully, the answer is yes. And this brings us to the solution. A really simple revelation that just cuts through all the noise. It turns out the way forward is a lot simpler and more empowering than we've ever been led to believe.
This quote gets right to the heart of the matter. Look, the multi-billion-dollar diet industry, it thrives on making things complex and confusing, right? Always selling the next quick fix. But the fundamental truths about how to fuel the human body, they're simple, and they have not changed.
And maybe nobody has distilled this simplicity better than the author Michael Pollan with his 3 famous rules. Rule 1, eat food. And he means real, whole food, not those processed food-like products. Rule 2, not too much, a simple nod to portion control. And Rule 3, mostly plants, which is the cornerstone of the healthiest diets all around the world.
I mean, those 7 words just cut through decades of diet fad.
And this reveals a really crucial insight. True healing often isn't about adding something new, like some miracle supplement or an exotic superfood. It's about subtraction. As Dr. Dean Ornish explains, when we simply stop doing what's causing the problem, when we take out the processed junk, our bodies have this innate intelligence, and they can begin to heal themselves.
So what this means is that the real work is an act of conscious resistance. It's about having the awareness to say no to that default burger, to question the healthy marketing labels, and to resist the social pressure to eat things that just don't serve us. In a world of complexity, this deliberate simplicity, that's the real revelation.
Okay, finally, let's see how all of this comes together inside our own bodies. This brings us to a beautiful and powerful metaphor for what true health really is, a biological symphony. Dr. T. Campbell calls this the biological symphony, and the idea is that health doesn't come from one single isolated nutrient, like vitamin C in a pill. No, it comes from the thousands of natural chemicals in whole plant foods, all those phytonutrients, working together in perfect concert. It's a harmony you just can't replicate in a pill, because good nutrition is holistic. It is so much greater than the sum of its parts.
This quote really puts our daily choices into stark perspective, doesn't it? The fork is one of the most powerful tools we have for shaping our destiny. One path leads to vitality, adding life to our years. The other leads to a slow, uncomfortable decline. And that choice, that's ours to make at every single meal.
You know what's amazing? This is not a new idea. Over a century ago, Thomas Edison predicted this exact shift. He imagined a future where the doctor of the future wouldn't focus on giving out medicine, but on teaching people about proper diet and preventing disease in the first place. That future, it's still waiting for us to fully realize it.
And so this is where we end up. The principles of health, the musical score for our own biological symphony, they've been written. They're simple, and they've stood the test of time. And yeah, our modern world makes it challenging, but the power to pick up that conductor's baton is ultimately in your hands. The only question left is, are you ready to lead?